My name's Travis, and this is Gatorade and Tube Socks. A few years back, I was in the military and stationed at Fort Richardson, Alaska, for about a year. And so what happens when you're stationed in Alaska, all the guys, you've been like wearing Arctic mittens and snowshoeing, for like a year, for months at a time out on the Arctic tundra, spooning with other men just to stay warm. It's ridiculous. So when they let you out and let you go into town, the city of Anchorage, what happens is all these GIs just flood the city, and they've just lost their minds. Just lost it, Very frustrated, very frustrated. And if anybody knows anything about Alaska, there's like one girl for every 10 guys in Alaska. So girls you wouldn't even glance at here just think they're on fire. We'll just look you up and down when you ask them to dance. It's like, what? It's a crazy world. And I would go back maybe on a cruise. But we're coming out of the club. It's 2 a.m. Bars close in Anchorage at 2 a.m. And we're frustrated. Obviously, we don't have any girls with us. We're going to have to go back to base in our rental car, we got for the weekend, just shitty. So we're coming out. We meet this guy as we're leaving the club, and he goes, hey guys. This guy's intense, right? Hey guys, do you still want to party? And we're like, yeah, man, absolutely, we want to party. This is the end of our lives if we have to go back to that base one more time, So it didn't really matter what we would just, whatever you wanted, we'll go lay down in the interstate, whatever. So he's like, well, there's a bar called Fish Heads in Wasilla. Wasilla's like 45 minutes outside of Anchorage, Sarah Palin. And he goes, it stays open until 6 a.m., right? And he goes, we can go there if one of you drives my truck. And so we're like, yeah. Right then it's starting to snow, right? Pretty heavily. And we're looking over, and my buddy Ryan Hartman from Arkansas is with me. He was my best friend in the Army. We look over, and I say, which truck is yours? It's like Bigfoot. It's the Bigfoot truck from like 88, man. It's the biggest truck I've ever seen, like a rope ladder to get in. And he goes, that one. This guy's a snowmobile salesman. This truck is so big, he's got 2 snowmobiles in the back, the extended bed, And we're like, I look at Hartman because I'm like, I'm out, man. It's snowing, I don't want to get into Bigfoot and climb the mountain to Wasilla. And he's like, I'll do it, right? So we're driving these windy roads, listening to Kid Rock real loud, and just really excited to go to Wasilla Fish Heads, So we're sitting there driving through this mountainous terrain with these tiny little mountain roads, and there's zero visibility. There's no visibility whatsoever, and we are just like, Kid Rock. And anyways, all of a sudden, we've been traveling for 40 minutes now, 35 maybe, and this guy just turns the music all the way down, nothing. And he goes like this, and he looks at us and he goes, guys, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think I just shit my pants. And Brian's like, what? And but no one's even saying anything. We hadn't even laughed yet because we were just like, and he goes, before we could even laugh, he goes, quick, you in the back, which was me. He goes, there's some Gatorade and some Tube Socks on the floorboard. He goes, pass them up here, stat. He used the word stat. And so I'm like, sure enough, there's a roll of Tube Socks and a liter of Gatorade, and I pass it up to him, and he takes his pants off in the passenger seat, right? He turns around on the chair like this, with his pants around his ankles, bare. And he takes that Tube Socks and the Gatorade, and he douses the Tube Socks with this Gatorade. He takes it, and he gives one full pendulum wipe. And we're still have not said a word. We're just petrified right now. And he goes, he's rolling down the window. It's a crank window in Bigfoot 88. And he's rolling it down, holding his shitty Tube Socks doused in Gatorade. He throws it out the window. Right at that moment, I see the neon sign, Fish Heads. He goes, we're good. Pulls up his pants. We go into this place. And it was just like, what just happened? And then we get in there. We're pretty amped. We're like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Not the strangest thing I've seen this week. So we go in, and I'm looking around. We're all looking around, trying to find any girl, period. And so we're scanning, and just way too excited, scaring people with our jubilance. So we're just running around, and I see from a side profile this girl sitting down, and I'm like, everything looked to be in order, looked to be in place. And I like literally run up to her and I'm like, hello, I'm Travis. And she looks up and she's like, has an eyeball from an Edgar Allan Poe novel. I mean, it is like a vulturous, horrible constellation that used to be an eye. There's like no pupil, there's no iris, it's just like this cloudy haze. It's like Aurora Borealis of the eye. And it was just shocking. And so she turns and I see that eye and I'm just like, oh dear God, dear Lord. And I'm looking at it, because you can't not look at it. And she goes, you're looking at my eye, aren't you? But she said it in kind of a way like, I'll tell you the story. I know you're looking at my eye, because everyone looks at this thing. And I'm like, I'd love to hear the story. She says, I was 9. I was running through the garage with a pair of shears. I tripped and I fell. The shears went through my eye and out the back of my head. I had to be emergency flighted to Seattle for brain surgery in a helicopter. And she's like, and I'm fine, except for this eye. And I'm like, woo! That's quite a story. That's quite a story. And Scissor Eye was what we came to call her later, which was very mature and nice of us. But, you know, fish heads, yeah, you gotta take what you can get. Fish heads, right?